Should be fine. The hell? Yeah, I think I'm in immediate shock after this for sure. Dying, but we still have a Moto to go. Hello everyone and welcome to Moto 2 of the Ironhog Endurance Challenge HRL MegaMix Week 3. Got Turkey on his conch starting position and then going through the back row. We've got Detail, Luke, Soul, Roman, Opix, and Solange. And then on the front row we've got Soar, Elite, Hunter, Armada, Camby, and Coop. All right, so we're doing 18 laps again. It's going to be a long-ass race again. Grenade is out again. Green flag. Ah! Immediate conk for Sora on the inside. Unfortunate. On the bright side, he's got a decent distance to watch everybody in front of him. Maybe that can help him out on the back end. Because there will... Oh, there it is. Opix and, what was it, Armada maybe involved in that? Plenty of time in the Moto. Plenty of time. But, yeah, that's obviously not the start that you're looking for any of those drivers. Surprised we didn't see, like, more brutal crashes. There it is, Luke landing on Elite right there. Surprised we didn't see more stuff like that. Honestly, like, I almost expected it to be worse, but... a few of those initial instances. Oh my god. Or incidents. Okay. Well, there we go. That's more like it. That's more like it. So I'm not cheesing in the video. Maybe I'll watch it afterwards for the stream POV. But notable thing for this moto, we actually did a start before this. And this will age poorly if I do put it in the video. We'll see. We actually did a start before this and had some of the worst black screen lag cheese that we've seen in a long time. So we hit the rare full on an MX start, and then that's where we're at right now. So just some needed context for this Moto 2. That is the situation that we're in. But yeah, it was really bad. Happened to damn near the whole lobby. Multiple drivers literally black screened in a position where they went off track and died. And of course, just making the quick decision to just do the full reset because we weren't that many laps in. We maybe just finished lap 3. I don't know. It wasn't that far into the race. And with all the drivers dying, I just thought that it'd be... I mean, you could try to line us back up, but it was just going to be chalked. Like, it was just not going to be totally fair and totally accurate from that point. So the best thing to do in this particular situation was to hit the full reset. So not something that we, not something that we often do, not too frequent. From how we decided to handle these types of situations generally. Wow, this mid-pack battle is insane. But that's how we decided to do it here. And yeah, that's why. Just multiple drivers falling off track. Like, it was just the normal, people lining up in their positions for that type of situation for the black screen. Usually it's like one person that black screens and we figure it out off that. But it was like the whole damn lobby. Or a very large chunk of it. So it would have been, and again, with the deaths, like, it would have been very tough to handle. Would have been very tough to, get as correct as we could in, like, a fair way. Like, it would have been very difficult to do. But so, yeah, because of that, now we're here. And again, that may age poorly. Maybe I will put that start in the beginning. Maybe I won't. I'll probably take a look at it. I don't know if it'll go in the video or not. But for anyone watching the stream, that'll be your treat. So, yeah. Either you saw it in the beginning, if you're watching on YouTube, or you didn't. But so I thought I'd mention that either way. Wow. Dude, this second Moto start is crazy. Like, jumble up the field. I mean, it's definitely... Obviously, qualifying, it's not the super most important thing. But to be fair, On tracks like this where it's not one wide, long gate where you got the different rows, I mean, that does make that a lot more important. And it does seem like those starting positions are mattering. And I mean, the start to the second race is crazy and like way different than the first one. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely proven a point for it. And look at this, Slaunch is already back out to the lead. Could the sweep be back on for Slaunch here? I said in the first moto I was going to mention his last moto win. His last moto win was November 10th at Portland in the Ironhog season. So it's been a long time. It's been a long time. Slaunch got another moto win on the board, and he actually, some fun facts to add onto the stat cheese. Not only was that Slaunch's last moto win, it was a Moto 1 victory. It was a Moto 1 victory, and it was also an 18-lap race. Obviously, very different 18-lap race, but it was also an 18-lap race. Like this here. So you got to think, Slaunch, that was his last moto win. Not only was it his last moto win, but it was his last overall win as well. And on 18-lap race as well. And the Moto 1 victory for it. Like, you got to think. I don't know. Maybe the stars have aligned. Could it be time for another one for Slaunch? He did get multiple moto wins. He did get 2 overalls in the Ironhog season. It was a pretty respectable season for him. What in the hell? It seems so much like more tighter packed in this moto so far. But yeah, I mean, it was a very good season for him, but obviously not fully his forte, but just the ovals and road courses and street tracks. I mean, he wins in there, is obviously still very strong at it, but he generally prefers this type of racing, and now he's got a lot more of it in the MegaMix, so potentially more opportunities for him to shine, not just in this, but in future, SX, MX races that are lined up in the schedule as well. So we'll see how that turns out. And it could keep it going, too, because we have Elite and Detail so far. Slaunch or Luke, who are currently in the front running for winning the overall. Either or, whichever of them win, it'll be another new overall winner, and we'll see how long. Wow, that's brutal. That's like the worst way. Well, maybe, I don't know. It's pretty bad. I don't know if it's the worst, but I mean, yeah, look at that recovery. That was just such a tough way to crash for Elite right there. But yeah, regardless, unless something crazy happens, you can come in and clutch it up and, duo up on it. Elite, I don't think he's going to be able to do it with his first moto finish, but I mean, it'd have to be one of the two. Detail's definitely the more likely to do it, but either way, I mean, it's most likely we'll be seeing a new overall winner here. So here's Slaunch in the lead. That's the gap right now. And right now, it's looking like it could be Slaunch. Hunter and Luke battling for second. And Hunter's still holding on to it, doing a great job so far. Oh, that cross-up, not quite going to make it happen, though. And it is Detail in fourth, though. But Luke and Detail still have some work to do. Slaunch is definitely in the driver's seat right now. Roman trying to hold off Opix, who again has been on a absolute drive. And look at this around the outside. And I do like this inside in the whoops. Can Opix make the pass happen? He's got great speed. Roman on the exit of the whoops. Opix with great speed on the entry, but Opix is just going to have the better line. And that's why I was saying I like that inside on the whoops. If he can hold that position going into it, I like it. It's just going to work out at the end of the section most of the time. And see, obviously he puts a great showcase of that there. Again, Opix generally not known for the SXMX prowess, but I mean, he is making it happen here on Ironhog. Something with this track is meshing with him and doing really well so far. And that's huge. Like in this type of season, if you can get good results on, I mean, everybody's going to have like weaknesses and strengths. If you can get good results on the ones that you generally aren't as excited about, like he's potentially in position to do right now, I mean, that type of stuff is really big, and that's going to add up. Look at Turkey. Just this run, he's just going to go right through the inside of Roman. I mean, it looks like that's what he's going to do. Something Roman probably would enjoy. Oh my god, he's going to make it happen past Opix as well. Power move from Turkey. Absolute power move from Turkey right there. Wow. Oh man, it looked like Opix would get passed up by Roman, but Opix going to have the better landing. And now the crossover from Roman. Wow, this is just great battle. I mean, this mid-pack just seems to be fire this race. Last race, too. Wow, Opix was like clear. Wow, that was crazy. Obviously, Roman's going to get the better run on exit. I can't believe he cleared it that hard. I mean, that's kind of insane. There's different lines here. Roman likes that inside. Opix, and I like that. Yeah, if you can line it up properly, I do think that line that Opix runs right there is the proper line. I think he showcased it very well right there. If you can run it, set it up correctly, I think that right there, he showcased why it is generally the preferred line. And again, just making the inside and the whoops work another time. Let's get an update on the lead while we're watching this great mid-pack battling, and man, it's grown. Look at this gap. Slaunch right there. Luke right there, just hitting that checkpoint. That is a mass. That might even be bigger than what we saw in Moto 1 at the moment. But Luke has finally gotten around Hunter, so there is that. Hunter's still in third, though. Still holding on a podium. Detail's not worked to that spot yet. He's had a lot of work to do going through the pack this race, but still has to get by Hunter to get that podium spot back. Turkey back into the top 5. Can he hold on to it? I mean, he was running around there in the first moto, some late race mistakes. Can he hold on to it? But Opix and Roman were also very competitive around those positions. Camby's doing a lot better. Elite, even with that terrible crash, is doing a lot better. There's, oh my god. Soul and Armada. Oh my god, Ramda. Soul, what is going on? both of those drivers probably just lost a little bit of full right there. I thought they were about to have an epic battle. They both just blew tires. I don't know what happened. That was unfortunate. I mean, to be fair, I'm cheesing them. You know, it's late at night commentary, but that can happen. I mean, that type of thing, that's for sure happened to everybody. It's very easy to make mistakes like that on this track. I'm sure everybody's had a moment that we just saw, like what we just saw at a Soul and Armada, except it's just funny because they both did it while they're in an intense battle with each other, so it just looked hilarious, but everybody's had a moment like that. Oh, Armada, okay. Oh! Oh, no! Oh, man. Oh, what is this? Wow, that was glorious. I would love, please. Oh, I would love to get, okay, I'm rare situation risking it for the replay here. Look at this situation here. I thought it was going to be the Goomba. It's not going to be the Goomba, but look at this crash. That replay sucked. Let's do another angle. But yeah, right there. I thought it was going to be the Goomba out of Armada. And just, oh man. And Elite too, it throws him off completely. And Armada's still going down. And then they just barely get, and look, Soul and, who is it? Soul and Soar are just battling through it as well. Man, that could have been an awesome highlight right there out of Armada. I'm sad. If he would have pulled that off, that would have been an awesome highlight. But yeah, just unfortunately not able to make it work. Man, I really wanted that to happen. I'm sure he's glad. Or when he sees, I'm sure he's going to be glad that I'm showing that. I mean, hey, it didn't work out, but that was kind of awesome. Like, that had a lot of potential. I really wanted to see it happen. I really wanted to see it happen, man. Would have been awesome. Slaunch absolutely ripping right now. He's on point. A little bit of a case right there, but this is the gap right now. And maybe is closed slightly, not too much, but I feel like it kind of did close a bit, so not, I mean, there's still plenty of time left in the race too, but it's Slaunch and Luke again. Detail is gotten by Hunter now, but unfortunately he's not as close as he was. The start was a lot more cheese in this one. They weren't as closely packed. Oh, what do we have here? Turkey, Roman, and Opix. It is not done yet. Word to Crim 6. Here comes Opix on the inside. Turkey's kind of messing up in front of them. This could be a three-way potential. No, not quite.
Lap complete.
Oh, look at Roman, though. Look at the power move. Oh, just super over clear, though. Way too much momentum. Opix. Oh! The Goomba. I mean, that wasn't really a Goomba, but the send in front from Roman saved that move from Opix. Wow. What a racing move between them. This is some great battling. Again, Opix has got that. I mean, Opix is just straight up faster than Roman in the whoops right now. I mean, that's where he's gaining a lot of his time, it seems like, and it may even get him the position right here. I mean, this is some great battling that we're watching between them, though. And who would have thought that, going here, we have Roman and Opix putting on one of the best battles that we'll see on Ironhog. I mean, this has been a great run between them so far in this Moto 2. Again, for the types of driving that they prefer, it's just not what you'd expect. But yeah, they're putting on a great show. I'm excited to see some of that stuff throughout the season, because this is not going to be the only time that it happens. We'll for sure have more instances like this throughout the rest of the season of drivers and, on their weak tracks maybe, or types of racing, having some nice surprise performances, and then, other way around, strong types of tracks not working out. Like, it's gonna be like that. There'll be surprises throughout the whole thing. It's one of the things that I'm just looking forward to with this MegaMix series. Loving it so far. 3 weeks in, just loving the variety. And while, as much as I enjoyed a lot of the series that we did previously, I will admit at a certain point in the season, doing the same stuff, it would be nice to have that shakeup. And oh, Turkey goes down. What's the recovery? Oh, no. Opix made it happen. Roman did not. Tough. But yeah, as much as I like those series, I got to say, like, for the variety's sake and staying locked in with the racing, I mean, having something new, because it really is going to be like that. I mean, the only thing close to a repeat week is there's Hog Tona opener, and then there's Barvo Hog Oval. That's like the closest thing. That's like the only thing in the entire season that feels like, a categorical repeat. And even then, those tracks will be way different. Those will race way different. That's like the only example of that. Other than that, the rest of the schedule, it is just something like completely different week in and week out. And yeah, that's just awesome to see. And I think it's going to be really good for variety's sake. I think it's going to be really good for keeping everyone interested throughout the season. I know it's for sure working for me. I'm just looking forward to something new next week. And now that we're halfway through this, good time to mention that, next week, the shakeup, we're going back to the ovals. And it's going to be Reach. It's going to be Reach Oval next week with Boulder Bay, and right now planned to be Big Bear. Although I am thinking about cooking up a Reach Oval of my own, so I haven't decided on that yet. I may still clutch it up. We'll see. I kind of want to do it. That doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I kind of want to do it. So as of right now, Boulder Bay and Big Bear, that's the plan for Reach Oval week next week. Going back to Reach like we were last week. But it could be Boulder Bay and a specially cooked up oval of my own as well. We'll see. We'll see. And meanwhile, speaking of cooking things up, I mean, look at this. The lead battle's now on. It was a massive gap for Slaunch. I thought the race was over, but now Luke is right here. About halfway through the moto as well. And Slaunch with a little bit. Luke's going to stick that inside. Slaunch got a little too high in the air. The lead battle is on. Different lines coming out here. Slaunch leaving just enough room. Oh, a little bit too much for Luke, but here comes crossover. Maybe there it is. Oh! It's the type of battle action that we want to see. Here we go. Halfway through a freaking over 30-minute long moto, and we literally have a battle for the lead. This would be, funnily enough, I mean, this would be like end of the race if it was a normal race, but could still happen. Here comes maybe the inside. Big momentum. Slaunch running a different line than he normally does. Maybe didn't like his landing off the tabletop. Different lines coming out here. Will Luke gain it all back on the exit? Slaunch looking pretty strong. I mean, it looks pretty good for him, but Luke with a nice line through here. Only a hog length between them. I don't think this is over. We'll see if they can keep it going, because, yeah, I mean, this race looked over, but now the race is on, and I don't think it's over yet for Moto 2. Different lines coming out here. Interesting. Slaunch with a very strong second half of the lap, and look at the gap that he puts on Luke there at the second half of the lap. Very strong second half of the lap for Slaunch. Bringing it back. I'm sure that's what he wanted there after, having that big gap. It can be really rough seeing that disappear. But, it'll make you feel a lot better if by the end of the lap you could put on another, 6 hog lengths or whatever. That was a very strong second half of the lap from Slaunch. and that's going to separate it again. So we'll take a look at our positioning. And it looks like it's going to be between them at detail. It's just too much of a gap unless something crazy happens. There he is in third place. Is it still... Hunter's still in fourth. Wow, Hunter's... Got to give it to him. He's on it. He's on it so far, this moto. But lots of time remaining. Are you kidding me? Roman and Opix. I mean, we might as well just get back on board with them.
Lap complete.
Roman and Opix. Here it is. This is the battle. This is the battle of Moto 2. We went off them. I mean, they were still pretty close, and look, we go back to them. They're still going at it. The Roman Opix battle will just not quit in Moto 2 for whatever reason. It just won't end. It just won't end. But right now, I mean, maybe there's an opportunity for that. Opix has a nice run. It's Turkey and Seoul again. Those guys were battling. Maybe Camby's a little bit closer involved this time. Yeah, this mid-pack has been great. The mid-pack's been going hard, these two motos. They've been putting on a great show. Not that the leaders haven't. I mean, they've had their moments too, but man, the mid-pack battles have been great. Can't seem to get away from each other. Oh, Roman, the mid-air contact. Not much of a cross jump out of either driver. I mean, that was just kind of unfortunate. Oh, look at this line. Oh, massive gains from Roman right there. And again, Turkey and Seoul, they're right there. I mean, if they keep battling, Camby's not that far off. Like, this mid-pack battle could get absolutely incredible. Pack battle could get absolutely incredible. I feel bad for some of the drivers. You know, like, obviously from the last race, Fireball, and I mean, Opix was kind of in that position too, in 4th, 5th, where they didn't have anybody to battle with, because anyone that has someone to battle with, I mean, this has got to be really fun. Oh, no! The double mistake! There goes Turkey! There goes Seoul! I mean, I don't know if it was much of a mistake, but that was just a brutal landing for Roman and Opix, and wow, how quickly things can change. But at the same time, there's a lot of time left still. still plenty of time remaining. Still plenty of laps left to log. Look at this power move out of Seoul. Clears Turkey. Oh, Turkey's back. Turkey with the crossover. Dude, what is up with the mid-pack this race? You gotta love the mid-pack, man. You gotta love the mid-pack on Ironhog, apparently. This is just where it's at. Shout out to Turkey for showing up and being involved in some of the most exciting action to watch. Might have to show up every week. I mean, if this is what he's going to be involved in, might have to see more of him. Oh, Seoul bogs down a little bit. Here comes Roman. Roman's back in it. Opix can't be that far off. Oh, Turkey going wide. Yep, Opix is not that far off. Camby's like there now. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. The case, well, slight cases are in. Here comes Roman. Here comes Opix. This is great freaking racing right now. This is what you love to see. And again, this is the mid-pack putting this on. Oh. Turkey going for it. Not quite able to make it work. Opix not having that send line dialed, but the thing is, he's watching it all in front of him. I mean, he can absolutely figure that out. And if he can, the way he's keeping up without it, I mean, that could be huge for him once he gets it dialed. Oh, no! Oh, Roman, no. How did he go down like that? That sucks, man. Roman was absolutely just involved in those battles. Here we go. I hate to see him go down like that because I'm loving this racing, but you know, maybe he can get his way back into it. No, Turkey. It's just never over till it's over, man. It's just never over till it's over on this. I mean, I'm loving this. Now, obviously, like a Hog MX series could be kind of crazy, but I'm loving it, man. Like, you can't, obviously, probably wouldn't do the, you know, full-on real-life MX format. Definitely would not do it for every week, you know, after how extensive this one is. But even with just the normal races, or even if it was like 20 minutes instead of 15, I think that'd be a pretty fair compromise. Like, these longer-form MX races with the Hogs, actually, I mean, if you put in the work on making these tracks, like, they've got some potential, man. This is fun stuff to watch. Very fun to compete in. I mean, I'm sure the endurance aspect of it was probably brutal for a lot of the drivers, but like I said, a nice compromise on that. I bet it could be pretty fun. And that's another thing with the MegaMix series, right? Like, obviously, we're still waiting on that server update with Infinite. Don't know exactly when that's coming. Just know that it's in the works and like hopefully soon. But if that's not the way forward after the series, I mean, there's a lot of different potential ways we could go being showcased in the MegaMix series, which is always nice to look at and see how these things go, depending on, you know, how the future pans out. Oh my god! I mean, they're just double 2-wide battles. This is incredible. I can't get over how good of a freaking show the mid pack is putting on. I mean, it literally just is not ending. And Camby's involved in it now. Roman is not too far off. He's trying to work his way. Sora is now here. The hell has he been the whole time? Work his way back into it. Meanwhile, update on the lead. Let's take a look. Still a lot of time remaining, but look at this. Slaunch is driven away. After losing a lot of that time, he had a massive gap. He's kind of put it back on. So Slaunch can hold on to it. I mean, it's not as big as, you know, that initial gap was, but he's definitely put on the gap again on Luke. So we'll see if Slaunch can hold it consistent. He's definitely in a very good position. I mean, he's got potential. Get another one here. But it's definitely between them for the lead. I mean, Detail's just... oh, there's Coop. Yeah, that's not even Detail. Detail's here. I feel bad for Detail in this Moto because it's literally... I mean, his biggest battle buddy is going to be fucking Coop. When he goes by him a lap down him, he's just completely in no man's land. You hate to see it. It does, you know, as exciting as watching the race, when you're in his position or when you're in like Hunter's position right here, it does kind of suck when that happens. I will admit that's always unfortunate. You don't want to be in that type of situation. And then meanwhile, you've got this mid pack that's just roaring. Soul and Opix look like they're heating up. 3-way battle: Turkey, Roman, and Soar now. This is like it's just the mid pack just does not quit. Oh, Roman! Oh, I respect that. You could tell Roman let off. He could have easily cheesed in front of Sora right there if he wanted to. You could very clearly see that he hit the let off to be nice about that. I very much respect that from Roman there. Was this Camby? Is it Camby and Opix? Dude, it's just there's never not a battle. Like, what is happening? It never ends, man. It never ends. The mid pack, bro, it's just all race all day. Like they're just destined to battle. These guys for these like, you know, 5th through freaking like 8th, 9th, whatever. They're just destined to battle at Ironhog. It's just not going to end ever. It's still going. Turkey goes wide. Here comes Soar. It's literally never going to end until it ends. Oh shit, it's kind of close. Something must have happened with Slaunch because look at this. We got to watch this now. Slaunch must have had some more issues because look at this. Now it is only about a hog length again. The lead battle, it's back on. And again, this is another one of those benefits of the longer races is that you have these accordion effects of different runs for different drivers, and sometimes a battle will get strung out and then sometimes it'll come back. Slaunch definitely having a better run on this backstretch this time, though. So he will stretch the gap. Oh, that's a line. Back out, but I mean, it's definitely in a workable situation now where it's not over. Like, they're not straight up battling yet, but it's not freaking over. Oh, Slaunch, oh, he saw the end of it. Goes really loose. He's on edge right now. Lamau. And he's just trying to hold on to it, but it's getting pretty difficult for him. I mean, he's having some really close runs with some of his lines. I mean, maybe it's time to dial it back and go for the safe lines, but that's not Slaunch's style. He's going to keep ripping it. He's going to keep trying to get as much speed as he possibly can. And coming up to lap traffic, could that spice things up too? Potentially. Yeah, this would be absolutely massive for Slaunch. If you could hold on to these points, you need all the points that you can get. It's a long-ass season. There's only so many races like this. I mean, that being said, regardless, I mean, the worst he could do here is second. Let's be realistic. Like, this is a great night out of him no matter what. But the battle is closing. Oh, no. Oh, no. Okay, that wasn't too bad. What happens here for Slaunch late in the race? We're coming in on like 2 to go. And he's just running his normal line. Getting that outside momentum, doing what he does. Let's see what happens here. Slow-mo. On the entry, he cuts it just a little too deep. I actually, during the race, thought it was the other. I thought he hit this. But no, on entry, just cuts it a little too deep on the inside. Just a little too much. And you can already see, look at his hog. Look at the way it's moving sideways like that. That's not how it should be working midair. And he, at this point, he already knows. He's like, oh, no. Now, I will admit, oh, that little bit of extra wall contact, and there goes Luke to the inside. I think Luke probably would have taken the lead there anyways, but that little bit of wall contact definitely hurt too. But here we go. The race is on. That is brutal for Slaunch. I would assume some other mistakes had to have come into play here too. But that is the one that loses him the lead late in the race with only, when Luke hits the stripe this time, I think it's going to be 2 to go when he hits the line this time. Oh, man. That being said, 2 laps is a long time, and Slaunch has absolutely, during the races, been the fastest person on track. There's no question. You know, over a general sample of like 5 laps for sure. So if anybody could do it, he could do it, but it's going to be difficult, man. But that's it right there. 2 to go. That's the gap. They're both going to get by. Elite a lap down. I believe it's Elite cleanly. And that's the gap right there. 5-6 hog lengths. Slaunch going to have to try to chase Luke down for the lead. Oh, my God. These guys are still going at it. We will go back to the lead battle, I trust. All right, or trust me. We will go back to it. Oh, no. Is this sore? It must be sore. Yeah. But I do want to watch a little bit of this, too. We have a 4-way battle. It's Canby, Roman, Turkey, sore. Dude, it just doesn't end, man. These guys are just putting on a freaking show all race. I love it. I'm here for it. I mean, this has been fun to watch. I was saying, Turkey, Jimmy Spencer, Mr. Excitement, I don't know. As a reference of HRL, like, we might need more Turkey. Come on, Turkey. We might need more appearances, man. He's been involved in, like, all of this, and I've been loving all of it, so would not mind watching more of this. Is this an on-track battle? Oh, no! It was Opix and Soul goes down. And Hunter, look at Hunter. Hunter's not that far in front. Oh my God, it is not just for these mid-pack positions. 4th and 5th, 2 top 5 positions are at play. Hunter's not that far in front anymore. Dude, this is crazy. For this many positions to be this close, this late, and this long of a race, like, this is insane. This is what you love to see. And the lead battle's still on too. Like, I can't believe it. I genuinely can't believe it. I mean, Moto 1 was pretty awesome, but man, Moto 2 has been an absolute banger so far. Moto 2 just putting on a show again. Man, that's the gap. I mean, I'll check back on it again, but white flag there for Luke, and look at that. That's still that's still like 5-6 hog lengths. I mean, like I said, Slaunch has got some speed on this track. Like, he can do it, but I mean, it's looking rough, man. He's running out of time. He's running out of time. The sweep at play, I couldn't even tell you the last time Slaunch swept. I mean, it was a Triple Crown. It wasn't technically a sweep, but like Rallycross Minnesota was probably like the closest one, because that was, and it wasn't a sweep technically, but it, you know, he got 2 moto wins in a night. I don't remember when his last like just full on sweep was. I'd have to dive into the catacombs for that one, of the talks. But yeah, it's probably been a bit. And, you know, this would be a huge confidence boost, and he can still do it. I mean, there's still a lap left. What is this mid-pack doing? At this point in the race, let's get back on board. Let's see if he can do it. That's the storyline. I mean, I'll have to check after the race and see if I can figure it out. But Slaunch, it's been a while since he swept a race. I couldn't tell you. But ever since he got 2 moto wins in a night, it's been since that Rallycross night at Minnesota, which was a very motocrossy style Rallycross. That was easily the most MXy style of those tracks in that entire Rallycross schedule. That was that Minnesota race had to be in like June of last year. It's been like 9 months. Could have had another baby by now from Slaunch, since he's had 2 moto wins in a night. Can he make it happen again here at Ironhog? He's running out of time. The gap is not closed enough. He's got a big run. Luke taking it safe and a little slow on the inside. Slaunch going for it. It's down to like 2 hog lengths. There's not that much time left. Here we go. Whoops section, and then onto the finish line. Slaunch is going to send it. You know he's going to. There he goes. It's not going to be enough. Luke's going to hold on for Moto 2. Slaunch in second. Look at how close that was. Dude, for a 30-minute plus moto, that is basically a photo finish. Like, that is insane. Oh my God. In detail, I mean, we'll cover it here. Comfortably in third. It's going to be double podiums for him in the night. Comfortably in third. Absolutely. I mean, he could probably just have Dua Lipa up on the side monitor, watch the Houdini music video. I mean, he could do whatever the hell he wants with all that real estate on track. It's probably what he's doing. There's Coop there. Jesus, where the hell is... Fuck. Where's fourth? Here we go. Oh, no. Hunter. There's Hunter. Something must have happened. Oh, no. This was going to be one of Hunter... I mean, honestly, it still is, but... yeah, I still think it is, but this was easily going to be one of Hunter's best MX performances. It's unfortunate that he may not get a top 5 out of it. Like I said, even if he cheesed late race, I still think it is. I still think Hunter, I got to give it to him. He did a great job in the beginning. He did a great job throughout the whole race. It was a great run, but holy crap, Opix, way to stick through the race. He's taking another top 5. 4th place for Opix. And Soul recovers for 5th. That's a good rebound for him after that first moto. Hunter 6th. I mean, I'm sure he's going to be disappointed with it, but man, I got to give it to him. That Hunter, for sure, that was one of the best SXMX races that you've ever ran, for sure. Obviously, the finish didn't line up and was disappointing, but man, he ran a great race. I had to hydrate. I had to hydrate. That was a lot of talking. I had to regain. Wow. But yeah, that was incredible. What a night right there. I mean, again, like, last week was absolutely insane, right? I still think last week for me is probably, you know, race weekend of the season so far. I mean, I'll try to keep track of that as the season goes on. It's going to be a hard one to top, but I got to say, I mean, this was, for how high the expectations were set after last week, this was not a bad follow-up. This was not a bad follow-up at all. I think this is an incredible follow-up, actually, with Ironhog. Like, you have one of the best race weekends that we've seen probably in a while. And last week with that Reach GK and GP night, incredible racing, great tracks. You know, you have that high bar set by that night, and just going to be super hard to top that. And what do you know? I don't think it topped it, but it's super hard to compete with it. And I think Ironhog did. I think Ironhog did. It's more hydration. It's brutal at this point, but yeah, I think Ironhog put on a great show. All right, but rounding it out, man, that was incredible. Great racing right there. Going through the Moto 2 results. I'm going through the order here, but for Moto 2, let's go through all of it. It's going to be Luke taking the Moto win at the end. Man, that was close. Him and Slaunch brewing that whole Moto. Slaunch going to have to settle for 2nd place. Unfortunate. Still a great night. And, you know, if it makes him feel any better, he will be taking the overall in the night as well. We'll get to that in a moment. Detail with another 3rd place. Just a solid, consistent night for him. Good rebound. Obviously not the hog start at Hog Tono that he wanted on the season. This is a much better performance on the hogs. Going back to the Gooses next week. That'll be exciting to watch. Opix in 4th place. I got to give it to him. I mean, this was easily... I mean, even though he's had wins, in my opinion, this was probably Opix's most impressive race night ever, in my opinion. Like, yeah, he's had wins, but generally on types of tracks that he's, you know, pretty competent at. But this was like a total one where he's generally not as comfortable, and put on a pretty freaking great show. So I got to give it to him for that. 4th place overall, 25 points 4th place in the Moto as well. Soul clutching it out. I mean, first Moto, not the finish he was hoping for with his qualifying, but another great rebound, similar to what he had at Hogtona, 21 points, 5th place overall, tied with Roman. But yeah, 5th in the race as well. I keep time. We'll get to the overall. Okay, let me just go through Moto 2. One at a time here. Hunter 6th. Great Moto out of him too. I mean, obviously the result not what he wanted, but he was running great laps for a long time. Maybe just got bit by the endurance at the end. If this was a normal Moto, I mean, it would have been a great MX finish for him. Roman 7th. Camby 8th. Turkey 9th. Soar 10th. Armada 11th. Elite 12th. And Coop bringing it up in 13th. Coop was struggling, man. I'm not saying this to be rude. Like he was saying it himself in the in the comms during the races. I mean, this is the endurance really got to him, but I got to give him credit for sticking it out and making it happen. I think Coop will be back next week. Reach Oval. I mean, if he shows up, I think he'll have some fun with that. I think I obviously, that's my roots. I'm looking forward to it too. But now that we did that, Slaunch is your overall winner, coming out on top with that plus-minus, a massive plus 15, the hard charger on the night. Getting that tiebreaker, 32 points apiece for him and Luke, but Slaunch getting the overall titles. Wow. 3 weeks in a row, Luke's 2nd place overall, and 3 weeks in a row, 3 different overall winners. Can we continue that next week? Can we go for 4 new overall winners, or 4 separate overall winners to start the season? Honestly, Reach Oval, I think there's a very high chance that continues. My personal prediction is that continues next week, and then somebody breaks it. TRS. Somebody's going to break it for TRS. That's my guess. That's what I would assume. But yeah, we'll see what can happen. I mean, we'll see. I think that type of racing, like, absolutely, I think we could go for a 4th new overall winner. But yeah, so Slaunch and Luke tied in points, but Slaunch taking the overall honors. 1st overall for him in, well, to be fair, we weren't racing for a long time, but since that Portland race like 5 months ago, huge win for Slaunch on the home soil here, making it happen. A lot of wild card points. Not that he'll need them, but great momentum. So yeah, so that's 1st and 2nd overall, and then 3rd place overall. Obviously made huge gains last week. He's going to lose out a little bit on that this week, but still very respectable finishes. Double 3rds and 3rd overall for Detail. Much needed, good hog finishes after Hogtona, keeping himself in there. Going to be back on the Gooses and trying to defend undefeated on the Gooses so far through one night, and on Reach in particular. Going to try to defend that and Reach Oval. That's going to be tough to do, but not impossible. Reach Oval as a high skill guy. We'll see what he can do. It'll be fun to watch. Opix 4th place overall with 25 points. Fantastic finish for him. Soul and Roman tied 5th, 6th with 21 apiece. There they both are. Hunter 7th tied with Turkey, 18 apiece. There's Hunter. There's Turkey. Camby and Soar tied 9th and 10th. There's Camby. There's Soar, 15 points apiece. Fireball not on track for Moto 2. 11th overall still, 13 points. Armada 12th overall with 11 points. There he is. There he is, your Hogtona Moto 2 winner. There you go. He's looking forward to that next Hog Oval race, man. Ramda's going to be back, and he's going to be freaking locked. Elite 13th with 9, your Hogtona overall winner. He's been very strong in the Hogs. Elite's been very strong since coming back. Maybe a lot to learn here in the Hog MX. This is a brutal one. This one's really hard to learn. But I think Elite will be back. I mean, he literally Hogtona overall winner, and he's been good in the Hogs. Not his best week, but I think he'll be back. And then Coop, the mental fortitude, man, made it happen. 14th place overall, 7 points, but made it happen. Completed the Ironhog challenge. I'm sure he could be proud of that. And I think Coop will be back on some oval action as well. He has potential. He has those flashes. Like, we'll see what he can do. But yeah, completing the challenge is the important thing. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Yeah, Ironhog, absolute crazy mad lad type of track here out of Slaunch, cooking it up for us, showing us what Hog MX could provide. And yeah, I gotta say, I mean, it could be pretty interesting if we had more of these. So we'll see what happens in the future. But yeah, with some good care and some good time into making these, yeah, I think these for sure have some potential to be raced more in the future. We'll see. Look at the camera, bro. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. God. Good enough. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll be signing out here. But yeah, next week we're going to have... that was your Ironhog challenge. Next week we're going to go again to Reach Oval. And we're going to guaranteed race Boulder Bay and possibly race Big Bear. I am thinking about cooking up, since we've been doing that for a lot of these weeks, we've been cooking up, you know, some tracks. There's been, even though there's a lot of returning favorites, we've had a lot of new stuff coming into this season as well. And I've been inspired, and I'm thinking about maybe trying to do that for Reach Oval as well. We'll see. I'll definitely post updates on whether that happens or not. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled, because that may happen. So Boulder Bay, guaranteed 100%. Lock it in, right? Boulder Bay is happening. And then Big Bear, if I don't forge a Reach Oval as well, which I'm not sure about. So that's the plan. But either way, regardless, it'll be Reach Oval next week. So obviously we're at Reach last week. We're going to return to that next week. It's going to be Oval action again, which will be our only Oval action. Again, it'll be like a month until we get more Oval action after that. So I hope you guys are looking forward to it. Those tracks, if we do end up racing those two, are great. They put on great shows, some of the better racing that we saw in the Reach Throwback. And I think Reach Ovals are really good. Like I said, I think Reach Ovals are fantastic. So, and Reach put on a great show for us last week. So I don't see why it'd be any different. Hope you guys enjoyed this Ironhog crazy night. And see you guys hopefully next week for that Reach action.